The change in the Prime Minister's language was noticeable.
I urge the government of Israel to exercise maximum restraint.
The Tuesday comments followed days of dire news from Gaza.
The world is witnessing this, the killing of women and children, of babies. This has to stop.
The reaction from Israel's prime minister was swift. It is not Israel that is deliberately targeting civilians, but Hamas, Benjamin Netanyahu wrote in rebuke. The forces of civilization must back Israel. But for many in this country, Trudeau's new language fell short. Hours later, some 250 protesters gathered outside the Vancouver restaurant he was in, then within it.
Call for ceasefire! You have blood on your hands!
People are frustrated because Canada has not taken that position. Justin Trudeau has not taken that position.
That frustration underscoring a deep divide over how Canada should respond to the Israel-Hamas war. Differing views united by a common thought that what Canada says is important because Israel is listening. Some community groups say the Prime Minister's language is a step in the right direction but falls short.
But we need to see more. Canada needs to take a leading role internationally in terms of advocating for a ceasefire.
Others say the Prime Minister's words missed a crucial point.
With the accusation of Israel killing of women, killing of children, killing of babies, really was something that did not properly contextualize how we got here.
The debates divided Parliament too. Conservatives and most Liberals are not calling for a ceasefire, but the NDP and the Bloc Québécois do want to see one. Rafi Boudjikani on CBC News, Ottawa.
Let's talk a little more about this with David Cochrane, host of Power and Politics. So, David, how does a Prime Minister navigate an issue like this politically?
Well, Adrienne, the Liberals are in a very difficult position here for a number of reasons. There's no middle ground position that Justin Trudeau can take that will satisfy the anger and the pain and the fear that we're seeing across the country. And if you look at where the anti-Semitic incidents have happened, it's in large urban centers. If you look at the large pro-Palestinian rallies, it's in the large urban centers. Well, the Liberal Party is the party of the large urban centers and the suburbs of Canada. So the fault lines of this conflict runs right through the Liberal caucus and the Liberal political base, and it's happening with the Liberal Party at its lowest point in popularity since their 2015 win. And at a moment, Adrienne, where the demographic and generational changes in the country over the last few decades have really shifted the consensus when it comes to this particular conflict. So this will be an enormous test for political leaders as this goes on.
And what are you watching for next? There must be so much.
Yeah, I want to see where public opinion goes. It's been shifting. The most recent data we have shows a pretty divided country, which isn't a surprise. But we're seeing fresh data out of the United States from a poll Reuters News has done, and it suggests that support for Israel in the United States is dropping, while the desire for a ceasefire is growing. So this is happening with Israel's staunchest and most important ally. So as this conflict drags, the body count grows. What does that do to the public mood? And then how does that drive what political leaders say and do?
All right, thank you. That's David Cochrane in Ottawa.
Thank you.